Good morning, all of you. Welcome back to the course on mobile communication and computing. In the previous session, we discussed about the fundamentals of mobile communication, different terminologies, and then we discussed about different applications and then different combinations of the fixed, wired, fixed, wireless, and then the mobile and then wireless. Like that, we discussed about the different categorization of the wired as well as the wireless network. Then we discussed about the different generations from zero generation to the fifth generation. What are the different techniques used in those generations, and what are the different services or the different, I could say that the speed or data uploading and the downloading speed and other services which are related to those generations. Also we discussed about the generations from where it is started, where we are currently, right? And we discussed about all the history of the telecommunication generations, and we discussed about different telecommunication unions. We discussed about ITU, and then we discussed about ETSI. These are the certain consortiums, are regulatory bodies, and they will keep on monitoring and they will keep on updating the standards, as well as in case if any new things which is coming into the market, and they will regularize the certain things in terms of development as well as the management of radio frequencies, as well as enhancing the infrastructure which are required for the telecommunications. So then we discussed about the concepts of the cellular technology or cellular system. That we discussed about what is meant by cell, right? When we talk about the cell, is the geographical unit or small geographical unit, right? Which will know you will get a coverage. Suppose inside the cell you will have a base station. When we talk about base station, it's generally speaking a tower, right? Which will know. Consist of the different equipments like transmitter and the receiver and antennas, right? Which will know radiating the signals, right? Depends upon what type of antenna we are using. That base station which will know radiate the signals, right? That signals, through that it will receive the signal from the mobile station, as well as it will transfer the signal to the mobile station. Then we discussed about clusters. When we take about the cluster is a group of cells, right? Now why we need to have the cluster means, right? So say for example a specific pattern, maybe a three cell which can form the in order to form a cluster very similar to the four cell cluster and the seven cell cluster. Then we discussed about that why we need to go for the cluster means in order to use a frequency reuse concepts. When you talk about frequency reuse, right, uh, the frequency which is used in one cell, the same frequency that will be used in the other cell, right? So that the same frequency which can be used, so that the distance between the two channels or co-channel, I could say that when you talk about the co-channels are the cells which using the same frequency. We can use the same frequency in multiple cells, but the distance between the two co-channels, that should be the maximum, so that the interference should be avoided. By the way, so we can use that frequency reuse concept. The same frequency will be repeated after some particular distance, right? So for that we are going for the cellular system. Then we discussed about the different other parameters, right, which are related to the handoffs, right? And we discussed about soft handoff and then hard handoff. When you talk about the hard handoff as well as soft handoff, handoff or handover is the process in which, right, suppose if currently you are in a specific footprint of the cell or might be any coverage area of any one of the base station, and during your call and you are moving from one base station to other base stations coverage area, and that time also whatever the functionalities which are associated with the home base station, that will be forwarded or that will be handed over to the next base station or nearby base station where you are moving. So this process no immediately will take place without disconnecting the call, right? So transferring the complete the operations from one base station to the other base station, right? So this will be called as a the handover and then handoff. So these are the few recaps so which we covered in the past sessions, right? And then in the last lecture we started with the electromagnetic waves, and then we discussed about the few fundamental elements which are related to that. What are the electromagnetic waves and then light waves. Then we discussed about when we talk about the electromagnetic space, right, which is the combination of electric field, right, which is associated with the magnetic fields, right? So here in the GIF you can see that the electric fields which will move from upwards to downwards or the downwards to upwards. When we talk about the electromagnetic fields, so which shows in that in the the class, right? Maybe the vertical or horizontal, slight horizontal 45-degree angle. So by combining these electric signals as well as the electric field and then magnetic field, which creates electromagnetic fields, right? So then we discussed about that whatever the signal, whatever the energy which we are getting from the sun again, so that is also form of the radio signals. Someone is raised hand, Mujahid Khan. If you have any doubts, you can unmute and then you can talk to me. Do you have any doubts? Mujahid Khan? Mujahid Khan. Do you have any doubts? Then we started discussing about Mujahid Khan. You raised a hand. Is there any doubt? Shall I proceed? Quickly write in a chat box. Okay, by mistake, no issues. Then we started about the history and what is meant by these electromagnetic signals, right? So the electrons when propagated either in a guided media or a free space follow waves like a pattern, right? So as I mentioned, so this electromagnetic waves is a combination of the electrical field as well as magnetic field, right? So that forms the electromagnetic waves. And so initially this was identified and proposed by the James Maxwell, and then demonstrated as well as experimental was conducted by Hertz. So this electromagnetic waves, so that travels at the speed of light, even in vacuums, right? Whenever it passes any obstacles, and suppose if the electromagnetic waves entering into the any objects or surfaces, automatically the speed will decreases. Depends upon the obstacle it faces, and the speed of the electromagnetic waves decreases, right? And we discussed about that. So here there are two fundamental elements when we talk about the electromagnetic waves. The first one is that amplitude and the second one is that frequency. So we'll discuss that also. When you talk about the amplitude, when we talk about the amplitude, is the peak value, maximum energy of the particular wave. So here you can find the crest. So this is the maximum element, so that we'll call as the amplitude, right? And when you talk about the wavelength is the distance between the two peaks of the same signal, right? So this will be measured in terms of lambda. Lambda is the wavelength. Again, when you talk about the frequencies, that the number of waves within the period of time. So here the period of time which we are going to consider is the second. The number of cycle or number of repetition takes place in a particular time unit. So that is called a frequency. Now the frequency will be measured in the unit of hertz. 1 hertz is called one cycle. Then we discussed about the other waves, which is the periodic wave as well as aperiodic waves. When you talk about the periodic waves, so these are the wave signal, right, which will repeats in the same format, right? So this signal, the uniform wave pattern will be followed throughout the complete transmission from source to destination. When you talk about aperiodic waves, so this kind of signals or waves which does not follow the specific or uniform patterns, but depends upon the energy and as well as strength, and the amplitude as well as the frequency will vary. So this type of signal which we are calling as aperiodic waves, right? Then we discussed about the other elements, right? How the frequency as well as the time period, right? When you talk about the time is equal to 1 upon the frequency, right? It completely depends upon if the number of frequency increases, again the time will take time. Then we discussed about the shift phases, right? From which point the signal originates, right? Whether it start upwards or negative. So based on that, so we discussed about the different the phase shift angles values. Then we discussed about the wavelengths, right? As I mentioned, right? Wavelengths is the distance between the two peaks of the same signal, right? When we talk about the frequency increases and the wavelength decreases. So here in the first signal, you can say that the wavelength is more, the frequency is more. I see this is the less frequency or small frequency, where you'll find that the signal, I mean the cycle, which is, if I consider this is 1 unit, so I start from here, I'll start from here. So from here to here, or from here to here, from this peak to this peak, and there is only one cycle. And when you consider about the same, the lambda 3 signal or the third signal, where you can find more frequencies, 1, 2, 3, 3 cycles are 3 frequencies. So when the frequency increases, automatically the wavelength decreases. When the frequency is less, again the wavelength will be automatically high. Then we discussed about the spectrum as well as bandwidth. When you talk about the electromagnetic spectrum, so which is a range of frequencies comprising a signal, right? That we will discuss in the later part also. And when we talk about the bandwidth, it's the width of the spectrum from which frequency to which frequency that the frequency bandwidth covers, right? So that is called a bandwidth. When you talk about the band, minimum to maximum range, within this range, the frequency that will be comes under the what type of signal, whether it is a radio signal or some other signals. So as to my the previous explanation, right, the electromagnetic spectrum, which will be majorly divided into 7 regions. So that are called as for the first one is that the radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. So you need to remember all these the 7 categories, and so this will be used in the further slides. I'll repeat. So this the entire electromagnetic spectrum, which is divided into 7 major categories or 7 major regions, depends on the frequency it uses, right? The first one is the radio waves, the second one is the microwaves, the third one is infrared waves, the fourth one is visible light, and followed by ultraviolet rays, and then X-rays, and then gamma rays. So these are the 7 major regions of the electromagnetic spectrum. So here, so this is what the diagram which represents that, right? So here it starts from the radio waves, and it goes till the gamma ray. So here, when we start with the radio waves which a long wavelength, or I could say that the wavelength. What is mean the wavelength? Can anyone quickly write in a chat box as per my explanation? I just wanted to make sure. What is mean by wavelength? I was explaining about the frequency, wavelength, amplitude. What is mean by wavelength? Quickly reply your responses, right? Very good, Bharat. The length or the distance between the two wave peaks, right? Correct answer. The distance between the crest. Very good. So when we talk about the radio wave, so here the wave it has a long wavelength. If you start from here, it completes here. The distance is long, right? And when we consider the radio waves, the wavelength is long, right? Again, when moves towards the gamma rays, so here this frequency is the short wavelength, as well as the frequencies will be high. So here frequency means that the number of repetitions, how frequently you are doing certain actions. I could say I could relate the frequency with how frequently you are doing some actions. Frequent means the repetitions. If the frequency is high means the frequency will be repeated more times. Again, when you talk about the low frequency, the repetition of the signals, so which will be very less, right? So when we consider about that, the radio waves which will have the long wavelength and then low in frequency, when we consider about that, the gamma rays have the shortest wavelength and then highest frequencies. So when moves from the radio waves to gamma waves, right, the frequency will automatically increase from the radio waves to the gamma waves. Is it clear? Now, so these are the some of the example, right, through which I try to cover that the wavelength in meters, right? When we consider about the radio waves, right, which is 10 power 3 meters, which will covers or which can propagates, right? Again, so this is the wavelength distance, right? One signal wavelength or one cycle wavelength. So that should be maximum, maybe maximum 10 power 3. That means that you imagine that how much distance a signal can transmit, right? Again, when we talk about the microwaves, the wavelength is 10 power minus 2, and so again infrared, so which will transfer only 10 power minus 5. Again for visible light, so which will be 0.5 to 10 power minus 6, and when we consider about the gamma rays, so which are capable of transmitting this, the wavelength is comparatively very less, right? Which is 10 power minus 2 is the wavelength. So that means that it's transfer only in the nanometer. The wavelength should be less than a nanometer distance, right? Now again, so when we consider about the frequency or other applications where this will use, later on also we'll discuss about what are the different applications which are related to the different signals, radio signal, microwave signals, and the frequency signals, right? Again, which uses that 10 power 4 frequency. When we talk about any type of the signals, radio signal, microwave signal, you need to remember the wavelength as well as the frequency, right? So how we can remember all these seven regions? The first thing is that, so this will be a shortcut through which you can remember. Rabbits meet in very unusual expensive gardens. So you can take the first letters and then radio, microwaves, infrared waves, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. So these are the seven regions, right? Quickly, with the help of this phrase, we can easily remember the seven categories or seven regions of electromagnetic spectrum. Is it clear for all of you? Shall I proceed with the next one? So again, maybe right, when we talk about the frequencies as wavelengths, already we discussed, right? Again, when we talk about the wavelength and frequency, right, because of this slide I moved from that slide. When we consider about the radio signals, right, here the wavelength will range from 1 millimeter to a kilometer range wavelength. Again, when we talk about the frequency, so this will range from 3 hertz. 3 hertz means 3 cycle per second to 300 gigahertz. So when we talk about the gigahertz, you can consider about that it's a the million and billion cycles in per particular second. So this will vary as many cycles, right? Maybe from 3 hertz to 300 gigahertz, and the distance, the wavelength distance, which will be 1 millimeter to 1 kilometers. When we consider about the microwave, so the wavelength which will range from 1 millimeter to 1 meter, and the frequency. So what is meant by the frequency? Quickly reply in a chat box. What is meant by frequency? What is meant by frequency? If you're not sure with what is meant by frequency, then it will be little difficult to understand. The frequency which relates to that, the number of cycle which repeats in a particular time unit, that is called a frequency. Right? Is it clear? Okay, number of occurrences of repeating an event per unit time. So here it's very good. Now, again, when we consider about the infrared, the wavelength will be 750 nanometer to 1 millimeter. So you can consider, you can imagine about what will be the wavelength, the distance between the two peaks, right? Which is in nanometer in size, right? Again, the frequency, the number of cycle which repeats in the time unit, which will vary from gigahertz to 300 gigahertz to 400 terahertz. So very similar to that when we consider about the visible lights, so which will range from 390 nanometers, the wavelength which will vary from 390 nanometers and then 750 nanometers, and then so when we consider about the frequencies which will 405 terahertz to 790 terahertz, whether very similar to that. So here when we talk about that, the gamma rays and other rays, the corresponding the wavelength as well as frequency which is given, right? When we consider about the gamma rays, the wavelength is less than 0.01 nanometer, right? So you can imagine that how fast or how quickly that the signal will propagate, right? So here when we consider about that, the frequency which escalates in a particular time unit, which is 10 attohertz, right? You can't imagine how fast the signal which will repeats, right? Petahertz, attohertz. So these are the waves or the frequencies as well as wavelength which are related to the seven spectrum regions. Is it clear? right? Next again, so based on that, the frequency. So far we are talking about general radio signal and other signals, right? Again, so based on the frequency it uses, it uses again the signal, the complete radio spectrum as well as the elements, 7 categories, which are divided into no the very low frequency, and then medium frequency, very high frequency, and then ultra high frequency, super high frequency, extreme high frequency, right? So these are the different categories comes under that within the radio spectrum amplifications frequencies, that in the later part we will deeply discuss about the specific range, right, where the low frequency as well as the extreme high frequency lies, right? When we talk about, so after that, so next we will be discussing about the radio waves. So we discussed about the seven the band out of that. So first we'll start with the radio waves. When you talk about the radio waves, right, whatever the signals, whatever the applications, right, might be the mobile phones, whatever the mobile phone which we uses, the radio broadcasting, might be the other the television broadcasting, as well as the mobile phone or the walkie talkies, or all the things, all these these services which uses the radio frequencies, right? When we talk about that, this is the lowest frequency portion of an electromagnetic spectrum, right, which is basically called as the radio signal, right, as I mentioned, which the wavelength which will vary from 1 millimeter to in few hundred kilometers, and the frequency range which will range from 3 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz, right? This now this the radio signal which are travel to which is likely to travel for the longer distance. Why? Because the wavelength is more. If the wavelength is more, or if the longer, if the wavelength is large, right, or maximum, that cases that signal automatically propagate or travel to the longer distance. When we consider about that a signal which has the shorter wavelength, right, and so that will propagate only to the smaller distance, right? So this is radio signal which propagates or which travels for the longer distance, right, and they can travel along with the earth surfaces in the grounds, right? So in the propagation part, we will be discussing about these radio signal which will moves or which will propagates on the surface of the earth, and we will discuss about some other propagation also, where we will discuss about that how the sky wave propagation, ground wave propagation, the later section also. For time being, you listen the word that, so this the radio signal which travels on the surfaces, right, with through in terms of ground by reflecting the ionosphere as well as by reflecting on the earth surfaces, right? And when we consider about the certain higher wavelengths of the radio signal which are likely to be used in the water or which can travel under the water, sometimes though that might be used in the submarine communication. So it depends upon the wavelengths, right? The long wavelength signal which will be used for the general radio broadcasting and the other communication, and the smaller wavelength within the radio signal, so that will be used for the submarine communications. This is again another example. I could say that the television stations use a radio waves to broadcast their signals through the air, right? All type of the television broadcasting channels, as well as the radio broadcasting signal, whether it is FM or AM or any type of broadcasting, TV and the radio broadcasting, as well as the mobile communications, whatever the mobile phone which we are using, right? The 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, all this band, all the telecommunication operators, they are using the radio frequencies for transmitting the signals, right? Even for transmitting the data and other informations. And apart from that, some other application I could quote with that the radio waves, right, which is likely to be the remote control toys. Whatever we use is again very similar to that walkie-talkie which we uses, and then the remote control toys, not in the remote control TV that uses some other things, but this will the remote control toys which will use the radio frequency, again the signal which uses for the GPS through the transmitter, and then you will be receiving the signals from the satellite, and so these are all using the radio waves for the specific applications. Do you have any doubt with this, the radio waves, where it can be used? wherever we are using the radio, TV, and the mobile phones, right? In all those places, the radio frequencies or the radio waves are used. Next, when we talk about the radio frequency, which has some advantages as well as some pitfalls. When we talk about some of the disadvantages, basically, right, uncontrolled radiations of the radio frequency affects pre-adolescent children as well as, so this may harmful to the pregnant women, suppose they are vulnerable to exposed with the radio waves, right? And then elderly humans, the patients with the pacemakers, and small birds, and then flora and fauna, that's the small, what I could say, the small insects and other things, right? And then I could say the birds and other things, right? Maybe the trees, right? So these are the some of the other elements, right, which are completely affected with the radio frequencies. Now, I think how many of you watched the 2.0 movie? 2.0 movie. In that movie, right? Akshay Kumar, he was completely explaining, or no, you will be completely against with the radio towers and then the cell phones of the telecommunication operators, and then you will be keep on protesting, and he gave one complete demonstration in front of the different members in a big auditorium where he'll be completely explaining about that, right? See, because no, we are all we are living in a chain, right? And suppose if the radio waves and it affects the birds, automatically the insects, the worm, that size will be tons in size, right? So after some years, that the weight of the worms that will be more than the human being. So in order to maintain the cycle, and some actions to be taken, so that they should be regulate the radio frequencies. So these are some of the pitfalls, I could say that, right? And the people who are living near to the radio frequency cellular towers have been observed with the more lightning compared to the other areas. Maybe they might be affected heavily. Also, it also affects some of the fruits grown near to the radio frequency tower areas, right? Depends on the radio frequencies, and if the people are near to the tower or the base station, they will be affecting more with maybe the trees and the farmers as well as the people and other birds, so that there are chances that there could be exposing of the radio frequency signals to them. Next, we'll discuss about the same thing, right, which is the limitation of radio frequencies, radio propagations, right? Licensing of the band. So because again, the people, the subscriber, they are increasing day by day, and so we are running out of the frequency. It is very difficult to allocate the frequency also, right? And there are chances that the radio communication interfaces with the sensitive electrical equipments, and so there could be a possible that may destroy the electronic devices also. And so the radio signal which we are using for the military communication or secret communications, and there are always chances that suppose if the people they are using the radio frequencies, there are chances that the attacker or the unwanted person, they can hack the bandwidth or hack the signals, right? And they can decode and they can use it for the illegal use. So these are some of the disadvantages with the radio signals. Are you clear with the radio signals? The first thing is that the radio signal which has the maximum wavelength, right? And the frequency is less frequency or low frequency. This signal, right, which likely to propagate for the longer distance, right? If the wavelength is more, so that will propagate to the longer distance. When we consider about the application of the radio signal, which will be used for radio transmission, the FM transmission, and then television broadcasting, and maybe the mobile communications, whatever you use. So these are some of the applications. When we talk about the microwave, the second category, right? Microwaves uses includes finding the planes in the sky sometimes. So microwaves, the best example I could quote here is that we use the microwave ovens, right? What we used to do, we will keep some things, might be any dishes, we will keep inside the microwaves, right? And then we will turn on the microwaves, so that equipment will keep on radiating the microwave signals. That microwave signals automatically eat our objects what we kept inside the microwave ovens, right? Again, when you talk about this microwaves, again, so this microwave signals which is used in the radar, right? Some of the speeders as well as and the radars, right? When we talk about the radars, like again, it is a device which will be used to detect any specific kind of objects, right? Again, when you talk about a TV signal from a station to the broadcasting antenna, here this is a signal to TV to the antenna, right? Not in the broadcasting, not in the transmissions, right? So within the short range of communication, this microwave signals which will be more efficient. So here, when you talk about this is another example, I could say that, right? So which will be used to identify that if any object which is present in the sky, right? And using the microwaves, using the radar detections. Now this is again the microwave unit. Through this, we can hit a particular object by keeping the object inside again. So this is example of a radar, right? The radar communication which is especially used in the aircrafts as well as the naval communications, that will keep on sensing that in nearby locations is there any obstacle or is there any other planes or other ships which are coming to attack, or maybe which is coming in the specific lane, right, to avoid the damage as well as the accidents. So this kind of the microwave signal which is specially used in detecting the objects, especially in the radars. All of you quickly write the attendance in the chat box in case if you have not mentioned. So I'll move further. So from within this, next when we consider about the features or the pitfalls of the microwaves, right? So this will use a line of sight transmission. The signal has to be transmitted several times in a different directions of propagation signals. When you talk about the line of sight transmission, so here in the next slide, I have the diagram. So here, when you talk about the line of sight, here we need to keep both the transmitting as well as receiving device in a straight line, right? So when we keep these devices straight, right, so that will be called as a transmitting the signals in the straight line, right? So that is called a line of sight transmission. And so this the microwave signal which obstructed easily, and so automatically this microwave radio communications so can also be degraded by heavy moisture in the atmosphere, snow, rain, dog, and other rainfall. So depends upon the environmental conditions, right? The propagation of the signal or the uh, transmission of the signal, right, intensity will vary based on the different factors during the rainy season. And so this kind of signal may not be used properly. It depends on the snow as well as rain. So this signal may not be travel or may not be propagated based on these parameters. So when we talk about the infrared waves, so far we are discussing about no. So these are the microwaves related to the microwaves. Next we will discuss about the infrared waves. Can anyone guess what are the applications where we are using the infrared waves? Infrared signals. Without moving further, I just wanted to know any idea where the infrared signals are used? TV remote, very good. Danish. Yes, the best example I could say that whatever the remote control you uses, all the remote control signals which are using are the infrared signals, right? Maybe the TV remote or dish remote, whatever it may be. In the earlier generation mobile phone, maybe the first and the second generation mobile phone, that they have used the remote, I mean infrared signals, right? Infrared thermal imaging cameras, very good, very good. Thermal imaging application that uses the infrared cameras where and all no the vision is possible, not possible in nights. Maybe the CCTV cameras which uses infrared signals in order to capture the events, right? Very similar to that, if the military people they might be using infrared glasses, right? So that will be easy to detect the objects, right? So these are the some of the applications where the infrared signals will be used, right? So here when we talk about the infrared signals, the wavelength of the infrared variations which range from 750 nanometers and to 1 millimeters. That means that, so this is when comparatively it has the higher frequency when compared with the radio waves as well as the microwaves. Suppose if the meeting ends within 5 minutes, you all can quickly rejoin. You can take a small break and then we can rejoin. I'll start the next session in 5 minutes. Is it clear for all of you? Do you have any doubts so far, whatever the concepts which I was explaining? Quickly, you can write it in the chat box. I'll cover those queries. If you have any doubts, quickly you can write.